Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Keith, and welcome to my review of the movie Everybody Wants Some. And by some, I mean, you know. This movie was very entertaining because it's about a group of guys who play baseball, but you don't really see any baseball until like an hour and a half into the movie. Now, Richard Linklater, the director of this movie, his last movie took 12 years to film. It was called Boyhood. It talked about a boy's progression into a young adult, and it was shot over the course of 12 years. He decided to pick up the pace with this movie because this movie takes place over the course of a weekend. We see a group of freshman students arrive at a house that basically is for the baseball team, which is just off of campus, and what they're doing is they're just basically getting ready for the upcoming season. So we see the new students, and then we see, of course, the old returning students. The new students are dealing with the fact that, hey, I'm not the big man on campus anymore. At my school, I was the best baseball player there was, but here now, I'm just another guy. But of course, baseball is kind of a secondary aspect of this movie because the primary aspect is that everybody wants to get some. Now, one of the first things we see in this movie is, of course, after they do the whole meet and greet and we meet the different characters, is that they all decide they're going to get together and go out and go to a club to meet women, because of course that's what you did. Now, this movie is set in the 80s, and as I'm watching this movie and I'm listening to a lot of the songs they're playing, I'm thinking to myself, these are some interesting song choices. I don't really remember a lot of these songs being overly popular. And then I was thinking to myself, people were making babies to this music? Okay, teach their own. The performances in this movie are solid. They didn't suck by any means. I mean, they were very entertaining. You've got different characters who are approaching things from different lifestyles. Some people just want to party. Some people just want to smoke up. Some people just want to get some. Of course, the main character, Jake, he's the nice guy. And of course, Jake, he wants to meet girls, but he wants to meet the right girl. Enter in Zoe Deutch. Now, Zoe Deutch, of course, some of you might remember from Vampire Academy. You also might remember her from Dirty Grandpa from earlier this year with Zac Efron and Robert De Niro. She's a very, very solid actress. Like, she's a great young actress that you should keep your eye on. She's got this je ne sais quoi about her, which just kind of makes her, makes the camera just absolutely love her because she's so endearing, and she always seems to play the girl next door type role where like the main character, his quest is always to get her affection. And again, the same in this movie. There's some parts in this movie where the dialogue does drag on a little much and it seems to be a little long-winded. But then there are some parts in this movie where the humor is very entertaining. Some of the characters in this movie are great. Some of the characters I could have done without. At the end of the day, I give this movie a B-. I feel bad because this movie's coming out up against The Jungle Book. It's up against Barbershop. And it's still dealing with the fact that you've got The Boss in theaters and you've also got Batman versus Superman. So I don't necessarily know what the longevity of this movie will be. I'm giving it a B-, but at the end of the day, this might be something that you end up seeing on Netflix. It was a decent movie. I know there's a lot of people who are mixed with where Richard Linklater is concerned. I have no issues with him. I thought it was a decent movie. I don't think it was as good as some of his other movies like School of Rock, but I still enjoyed it, and I still enjoyed the dialogue with the characters. And for the most part, when the dialogue was on point, it was really on point. But when it missed hard. If you get a chance to see Everybody Wants Some, please let me know what you think. CFL_fan on Twitter. CFL_fan on Twitter. Yeah, that's right. Facebook.com/WittyWhittier and WittyWhittier.com. I've given my Twitter address out enough times, you think I'd know. So let me say it again. CFL_fan. Follow me, won't you? You won't regret it. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you taking the time to check this out. As always, my name is Keith, and I'll see you at the movies.